Yo, 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 what's going on, my people? It's your girl, Product Creator, coming back with another one. So today, I wanted to get cracking on, I don't know if I came here and said anything about this case, but I had did a Divine Rod's reading, on her, um, some time now, and I didn't realize that I didn't put it out there. Certain things that, not supposed to put out there. So I'm gonna try to be mindful of that. I don't know. I'm gonna ask them. Should I? Should I? Okay. So, hey, 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 Lotus, how are you, boo? Good to see you, honey bun. So, thank you for coming. But I'm about to give you a wrench too. I give everybody wrenches too. But yeah, thank you for coming. I didn't even know you subscribed. I'm so happy you did subscribe. It's very good to see you. Do you have a channel, sweetie? Let me try to put this on mute. Make sure I'm not. Um, do you have a channel, sweetie? Uh, let me see. My channel. Make sure I got it on mute. I'm gonna try to catch. Oh man, I tried to catch it. All right, let me try to hit you with a moderator, John. So next time you chat, it should be. You said you're wonderful. Hope you're doing awesome as well. I am. So yeah, yeah. There you go. There you go. There she goes. Okay. You do have a channel. I'm gonna go check it out. See what you up to. And stream. So, but yes. Um, it is about flowers. Okay, I will check it out. I will check it out. So, so, so let me get started on this baby girl named Serenity Dennard. I wanted to do a Divine and Rod reading. Um whoever else is in here, thank you for coming. Welcome, welcome. I wanted to get started on the baby girl story that I was supposed to have done this. I don't think that I did, so I just decided to come back and do it now because I did this session a long time ago where I found out things that other people have not found out. Um, so for the people that don't know about who Serenity Dennard is, so Serenity is a 9-year-old baby girl that, if you ask me, was failed and abandoned by everybody around her. She should have been treated and loved better. Um, So yeah, I'm gonna check it out though. That's okay if you do a lot of community page posts. Some people got a whole bunch of subscribers by just doing community page posts. So keep that in mind and check the channels out that do, and see if anything that you would like to post. Um, you know, if what they do actually intrigues you or something like that. It's like a method to their madness, and they get a lot of people, a lot of subscribers from just posting. They don't do any pieces. So check them out and see if that's something you're interested in their formula and see if it works for you. But if not, that's okay. I'll still support. So anyway, so so for the people that don't know who Serenity Dennard is, it's a 9-year-old baby girl that was failed, if you ask me, by everybody who was supposed to care for her. She had adopted parents. She also had a mother, and it was like the adopted parents had primary custody, and then the mother had secondary custody or something like that, right? But they had the adopted parents had or foster parents, I don't remember which one it was, but I know they gave her up. I think they're her adopted parents because she has their last name. So So they gave her up to this home. They put her in this home slash school slash church affiliated place. Okay. And it was called Black Hills Children Home. Okay. So the Black Hills Children Home, it actually has two different names of where she was supposed to be at. So I'm gonna read both of them just in case they BS and trying to be slick and give a name. Now, Black Hills is the area where this has happened as well. So Black Hills Children Home, or it's the Children's Home Society. Now, in two different pieces about her, they say two different things. On one of them, they said she walked out of the Children's Home Society, and then the other one said that the place that she was staying was the Black Hills Children's Home. So just in case one of them trying to be slick and not take responsibility, I'm reading both of the names. So this baby was put in there by her supposedly adopted parents who failed her, and she disappeared. She went missing from this school. This happened on February the 3rd, 2019. So her case has never been solved. It don't seem like anybody is interested in solving. They saying stuff like they seen her going down a pathway at this home, and that they only took 5 minutes to start looking for her, and that they couldn't find her anywhere, which I don't believe it. And they said that she left in the middle of winter without a coat, which is a lie, if you ask me. So let me try to get this reception bar. I'm so sick of my reception. What is going on? Let me try to get this together. Let me see. This is annoying. So hopefully that does some good. But so they said that yes, it is sad, boo. So so they said that she left and they only took 5 minutes to start searching for her, but couldn't find her. She was lost and never found again, and they searched for her 5 minutes after she went missing, which I don't believe any of the story. I use my divine entourage, which is a spiritual tool that helps me get information from God and the ancestors. Now usually in a lot of cases I deal with cases where the actual spirit of the people, whoever that may be, actually come to me and tell me or show me something or give me information to tell me what happened to them. This might be a little too much for some people. Some people might think that's a bit much, but it's true. Um, like the most recent dream that I talked about would have been a 3-year-old little baby boy by the name of Elijah Vu, who came to me, and I gotta revisit that too, but who came to me in a dream and just said what happened. Like, he's only 3, so he doesn't understand why he's not on Earth. All he knows is what happened. And so he just repeated what he said, and it gave me clarity on why and what happened to him and who did it and why they did it. And it's a long story, but I got it listed on here, but I'm going to revisit that on another day. So yeah, usually they come to me and give me information, but in Serenity's case, um, I don't know if she came to me. I'm not going to say she didn't come to me. I'm just going to say I don't know if she did and if I recognized her for her, because a lot of kids and some adults come to me too and show me things. Like if I was watching, say if I was watching a crime show about what happened to them, just watching, they will literally reach out and make me feel their fatal wounds and what made them leave here. And then just to know who it is and make sure it is who it is, I'll ask for clarity and get the divine arrives to help me the rest of the way through. I'll ask questions. If that's all they got to give me is what happened, the fatal wounds, then I'll ask questions with the rods to get clarity. So that's what I did with Serenity. So you said, is it a feeling? Well, sometimes it is a feeling. So let me kind of enlighten you on how this works. Excuse me for a second. So so I don't know, Lotus, drop your sign in the chat and I'll tell you what is your spiritual power. So, or what I know of your spiritual power, because it might not be it. It might be just all that I discovered about your spiritual power. So drop your what, girl? You my sign, honey. Yes, you have all of these things, honey. All of these things. You just ain't tapped in yet, honey bunny. Yes, girl. If you don't mind, what is your birthday, sweetie pie? It better not be my birthday. I'm gonna be done. If you put my birthday, girl, I'm gonna be done. So if you put my birthday down here, I'm gonna be done. So I am a Cancerian too. Yes, you have. First of all, let me tell you what you have. Oh, you have many things, honey, because we are governed by the moon and astrology wise. So all of the hidden gifts, hidden things about every sign, we have this. We embody all the power that is hidden of all 12 signs. And the Pisces, yes, yes. Look, girl, I'm 2 days after you, honey bunny. I said, girl, I'd have been done if you put 719, child. But I'm 2 days after you, honey bunny. So anyway, let me tell you what I don't know if that's your strongest thing, but this is my strongest thing. The thing I've been born with, and the thing that carried me through this world, and the thing that God protected me with. So we have something called clairvoyance, which is the ability to see through people. We don't have to know them. We just look at these people and we just see all about them, whether they're good, they're bad, they're a perv, they're a weirdo, they're a creep, they're a rapist or racist, um, whether they lying, what's their real agenda, what's behind the front that they put forward to try to make us think they're a nice person. What's really behind that? Are they an abuser? Anything you could think of, we could see it all in just a glance, honey. I don't know if you know how deep. That's my, I say that's my strongest gift, but God be telling me that my strongest gift is clairsentience, but I don't understand it to be that yet. But they keep telling me that. Like they keep telling me that clairvoyance is not my strongest gift. That's the feeling. Clairsentience is the feeling, right? So yes. So you do know that you have that, right? Where you can see right through people. Look, is this other girl that be on here? She's a content creator, and so I don't know how I found out that she got my birthday, because she said she was a Cancerian slash Leo. Now, I say Cancerian because I'm not claiming that word and I'm not speaking that word over me, talking about that's what I am, because I'm not speaking that over my life. And you be careful what you say out your mouth, because you have the power to manifest what you say out your mouth. So, in that case of our sign, you know, be careful at saying that. I just don't believe in, I'm not saying that for saying that that's who I am or what I am. No, I say Cancerian because I don't want to manifest that into my life. So anyway, so yeah, so what was I talking about? I done got carried away. I got all excited and got carried away. So um I was saying that, I know I was saying that God keeps telling me that Claire sentience is my strongest gift, but I don't recognize it as that, because ever since I was born, I had this gift to see through people. So um I know I'll say words have the power of manifestation. So be careful what you speak out your mouth because they have an energy with what you're saying out your mouth. So if you're saying negative things out your mouth, you're manifesting that. Whatever you're saying out your mouth and whatever you're thinking, you are in the first stages of manifestation. So just be careful to try to shift all your energy to positive thoughts and positive things coming out your mouth because you have the power to manifest, especially a Gemini. They have the power of instant manifestation. So they really have to be careful. If they keep complaining, they're going to manifest nothing but negativity in their life. But that goes for everybody, but especially a Gemini. So anyway, so yeah, but you have a lot of yes, you have a lot of spiritual power that you might not even tapped into yet. So and you heard what I was saying before. Spirits literally come to me in my dreams or visions. It doesn't I don't have to be asleep. But this is, after I've been on a spiritual journey, I think I've been on this spiritual journey of meditation and stuff like that. I think since 2021. I think it was since 2021. And immediately when I started to meditate, the first meditation, I started seeing colors like I don't know if I should say that because if you ever try to meditate, I would love to know what you get. But I started seeing colors like our chakra colors, like so, and they was trying to tell me I'm not supposed to see nothing. I'm like, well, I know I'm seeing something for a reason. So I figured I was doing something right that they don't understand what's supposed to be done. So the second time, I literally received a history lesson from our ancestors. Like my ancestors showed me the line of women, of royal women that I come from, people I have never met before. They went so far back, like, I mean, so far back as people I have never seen before. It's like before the days of paintings, it's like the ancient days of what they used to use to paint, or it's like clay or something is what the art was made of. It is crazy. It goes further back than paintings. And it was showing me back, 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 just the women that I come from, just the lineage. Just keep on going back. And they were just showing me. And then finally, it went as far back as to Africa, girl. It was deep. I was like, dang. So it was like uh the women from which I come from was just trying to give me a history lesson of where I came from. But yeah, so yeah, y'all. And so later on, as I kept on venturing into meditation, I also received a history lesson of the men as well. Like, but that was later. The first thing was the history lineage of women I come from. Yes, and it was dope. So yeah, um, but yeah, so from meditation, I started tapping in spiritually. I had visions. The first spiritual situation I had was actually a vision. It was not um a dream, and it was of this little 5-year-old missing girl by the name of Summer Wells, and I was watching something on her. I was doing what I knew how to do best, like I told you, what I thought is my best gift, which is looking into people. So I was doing that. I was watching a reader, a real person that is really a reader, because you got to be careful of the people that be out here. Everybody is not really tuned into the level that I'm tuned into. So they are not, it's a lot of fakes out here that pretend to have that power. So, but you can see through them. You can find out. You can find out, Lotus. You see through them just like I see through them. You know what's BS and you know what's not. You don't need to be told that. You could just look a person in the eye and see straight through to their soul. Um, And the first time I literally tapped into this little 5-year-old baby girl, missing girl. I didn't even know that's what I was doing. I was really looking at her picture. I was telling the person who was reading that is actually real. I was telling her what I picked up on the picture, that she was severely neglected, that um I forgot what else I said, but I just remember she was severely neglected, and that she looked miserable. Like she looked miserable. She did not want to be stuck in this situation, which was her family life. And so I had said something to I just said something out loud to her spirit if she was on the other side. And I was saying, like, I hope you're not on the other side. I hope that you're okay. But if you are on the other side, these are the things you can do. And I was like tutoring her on the powers that she have, right? So from me having this conversation, she literally pulled me into her world, and now brought me to her world in her body. It's so hard to explain because I feel like this is after her spirit left her body, but I'm in her body as if, and I'm seeing through it as if she's alive, but I don't think she was, if that makes sense. So I was seeing through her eyes. Somebody was carrying me slash her back to this place in Tennessee, because she's from Tennessee. And it's a place called Warriors Path Park. I had later found out that's what it's called, and that's where it is. But I was seeing this clear as day, like I'm there. This is me. This is me that is happening to. I looked to the right. I seen these trees strategically placed, like it was a park. It was well kept. So where she was being carried back at this time was not the place that her mother had took this guy named Chris McDonough to, trying to say that, it's a long story, but long story short, her parents are the reason why she's not here. Okay. Um, Specifically, her maternal side is the reason why she is not here. Um, and instead of protecting her daughter, her mother treated her like her competition instead of protecting her daughter in a family situation. Like, it's a long story, but yeah. So yeah, the first time I started seeing through the eyes of this baby, and I looked to the left, and then I seen these big trees, like they was high up. And then when I looked down, it was like water, and it was like a river, like a river or a lake. It was really deep, like. And I kept thinking, I hope he don't put me in this water, but I was not scared at all. That's the crazy thing, and I believe these was her feelings. I was not scared at all. Like, I just remember thinking as myself, I hope he don't put me in this water, because I'm literally seeing this. And then when I, like, if I could take a step back and look at the whole scenery, it was a forest with a body of water, like a lake in the middle, was where she was being taken to, where I was being taken to as her. So yeah, it was a long story, girl. But the first time I had totally tapped in, they call that astral projecting. They call that teleporting. Um, they call that things like that. But she literally pulled me into her world of Tennessee. I ain't never been to Tennessee a day in my life, but I had a clear picture of where I was. And then within 3 days, I found the place, and then I found the name. It was crazy, like, yup. So yeah, I was on her case. She is the first person on the first piece on my channel, except for the introductory piece. I knew I was going to make this about helping people find their spiritual power. I knew that's what I wanted to make my channel about. But after that, I had to make something about her. Like, that was my first piece about her. And it was a lot of my pieces because she was the first person that I totally tapped into in that way. So, yup, and it continued from then on. But yeah, so let me get back to my Serenity girl. But yeah, we are going to talk about all the gifts that you have, sweetie. You have the power of dreams, you have the gift of clairvoyance, you have the gift of clairsentience. You just have not tapped into them yet, but you will. You will, love. And do not be afraid when you do. Just understand you was built for this. God made you for this type of thing. So, you know what I mean? Just see it as you are chosen for this. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah. So you have a lot of gifts. I can't even think of all the gifts that we have, but our main ones that I say is the gift of clairvoyance, which is to see through people, to see beyond the physical world and see through to the spiritual, not just the physical, but to the spiritual world, or see through the exterior of people and into the interior of people, places, things, and situations. Okay? So, and yeah, I know you're clairsentient. I know you're all of these things, but yeah, the feeling is the clairsentience. And that's why when you said, is it a feeling? I almost thought that you were saying that because you have felt a feeling. Yup. Yes. Yes. Yes, we do. Yes. I didn't even know how long ago I had tapped into these powers, but when I was a little girl, I met somebody in the afterlife, one of my ancestors, and he sat me down at this table. And the crazy thing is, I did not even know this memory until, like, let's just say, uh 2 years ago, maybe at the most 3 years ago. And I was discerning on all my ancestors. My grandfather had gave me a picture of all these ancestors that I don't know. They came before me. I don't really know them. I know who they are or things about them, but I don't really know them. And so I literally was picking them out one by one, but my grandfather was in there included, and my cousin Bibi. The two youngest people in the picture is the only ones that I know because most of them had left here before I was born. I knew my aunt Hattie as well, but she was older then, so she didn't have the same energy that she had in this picture. So I was just running down and reading, discerning on their pictures, because you can do that too. You can see not just through people in live person, but you can see through a picture too. Keep all these things in mind in case you try to venture out into the spiritual, your spiritual gifts and and really tap into this. Just know that you have these things available at will. These are your gifts. So, yes, you don't just see through people, you also see through pictures. And so, I was discerning on my ancestors, and I was talking to my uncle, a person who does know every one of them, but I didn't know most of them. So I was just discerning one by one by one by one. And he was like, yup. And it was one person, my Uncle Dewey. I was like, I know that man. I was like, Uncle, I know that man. He was like, you do? Well, you might have because he passed away when you would have been. I was like, no, I don't think that it's in the earthly world either. I know that might sound crazy. He was like, nope, I believe you because he also has that type of sight. So he's like my twin sign. He's a Scorpio, and that's my twin sign. So they are extra tapped in too. It's just that they are, it's almost like the Scorpio and the Pisces are scared to acknowledge their spiritual power. They want to see it as something normal, but it's not something normal. It's not something that everybody does. And it's not, and they think of it as like normal things like, oh, I just pay close attention. Oh, I'm just looking closely. No, you're not. You are spiritually tuned in and you're seeing through the situation, through to the truth. And even if you can't see that, that's what you're doing. So yeah, you said you need to start cultivating your powers more. Yes, yes, yes. And it's okay. Whenever you're good and ready, and if you ever need any help, just tap in and ask me. Message me on the sideline. I will be more than happy to help you because this is the type of thing that I made my channel for, to help people tap into their spiritual power. So whenever you're ready, and if you need any help, feel more than free to hit me up. You can send it through a message, or you can catch me on a live, whatever you would like to do. And if you need any help, just send me a message and I'll be right there to help you. All right. So yeah, so let's just it's a lot of different gifts that we have, but I have not tapped into all of them. The one thing I have not tried to tap into is I can't remember what it's called, but when you touch an object, everything in this world has energy with it. If people have owned it, it has energy connected to it. So like you hear a lot of people saying, use crystals and this and that and this and that. Well, God specifically tells me, and my ancestors specifically tell me, do not use crystals because crystals have energy with them and they literally hold energy. So say if somebody else owned this, they will hold that other person's energy. Like literally, and you think by charging it in a full moon that you're cleansing the energy. You're not cleansing the energy. But I did learn something that you could cleanse the energy not fully, but more in the sun rather than the moon. So yeah, so I did learn that recently. But I don't mess with crystals because God and the ancestors want me to use my own gifts. They don't want me to use any crutches um to tap in. They almost want it to be only pure. Don't like I use things like cards because I really am a reader off of here. But I use things like cards um just for people that want that type of reading because um most people are into that. That's the only thing they know. But in my first tool that would help the most for people I don't know, and I'm just tapping into their situation, would be the divine and rods. It gives me more clarity than anything. If I don't know the people, if I knew you, I could look into you and tell you what's going on with you. And then if you told me more of your situation, then I can help you maneuver around your situation the way that you should to the best of your abilities. But yeah, so all right, so yeah, we gonna get to that, and one day I'm going when I have time, I'm gonna um teach you about everything you can do. You have a lot of abilities that you might not know, but the only thing I haven't tapped into is the one where you touch things and um you can like tap into the energy of that. Like say if one of your loved ones that is on the other side in the heavens in the spiritual world has something that they and you gave that to me and I put that in my hand, it has intelligence in it because this person owned it. It carries energy, it carries that person's energy. And I've never tried that one that you're supposed to be able to tap into the person's energy. I also but yeah, we're supposed to have that, but I haven't touched that yet, so I'm not sure yet. I know I have clairaudience, but that to me is my least. I don't know if that's my least prevalent gift, but I know like so that and clairalience, which is the ability to smell beyond the physical world and from the spiritual world. Um, I've had a couple of things like I might smell one of my loved ones' perfumes or something that they had, or that is a gift too. But that's one of the least ones as well. Clairaudience is kind of one of the least ones too. It's rare. Maybe I don't try to tap into it as much. the clairaudience because one time I literally asked something. Hmm. Should I say what I asked for? No. Okay, okay. So I asked for some information and somebody straight told me the answer. And it was a woman, but I don't know who it was. And they told me the answer. And this is something that was outside of my knowing. Like, let's just say if I knew you, I would have said, "What is your mom's name?" But it wasn't that, but it was like something that would have been outside of my knowing. And the person from the other side literally told me the name, and it was a one of a kind name. And I was like, "Oh wow, that's different." But I heard it clear as day. They gave me the answer. And then later on, I thought that they had the wrong person. And later on, I found out that no, um, let's just say the press had the wrong name with the wrong person. So I thought it was the wrong, let's just say sister. I thought it was the wrong sister of who I asked for the name, right? And it was the right sister. It was the person I was looking for, but in the press they had the other sister as that name when that's not her name. That's the right sister that I was looking for. It's hard to explain, but it was crazy. Yeah. So you say you get flashes of things around people. It just happens. What you mean? You get flashes of their story, of their life? Yeah, that's called clairalience. So you can smell everything. So what do you mean? You get flashes of people, like flashes of their life? Is that what you mean? So, but I don't know. I just want to know what you mean. I get flashes of things around people. Yup, yup, yup. That's you tapping in. Okay, that's you deeply tapping in because you're seeing into their life or things that they need to know. Yes. Um, that's what's up. And so that's also impressions, and you are being helped by your spirit guides to know these things. I believe. Let me ask. Is she getting help from her spirit guides to know these things? Yes, to know what they need to know. Yes, that's the part. That's the part. The part that you know what they need to know, that's your spirit guides connecting with theirs to kind of, or it might just be your extreme intuition, but all of that is working together that you are supposed to relay that to the person. So just remember that. Yeah, I've told them, and they are so grateful and off the ground. That's right, baby. That's right. That's what I said. You don't need to know them. You see all the way through them. Yep. So, hi, how are you, honey bun? You said, please say that again. So, we were talking about different spiritual power. And so, we were saying that she said that she gets flashes of things around people. It just happens. And she sees like pieces of their life or things they need to know. And that's deep, deep impressions. Would that be accurate, guy? That's impressions, right? Yup, yup. But you know what else? And so, you know what else? I get impressions of people too. Now, what is wild is people that have left this world that I be getting the impression that I know them. Like, I don't know if you heard about the girl Shanquella Robinson, where she went to Mexico and the fake friends that she had got together, jumped her, and she ended up deceased. So when I first seen her, I felt like I knew her. I thought she worked with me at a time. I don't know why. I just felt like she worked with me when I had a regular 9 to 5, and that she used to come up and talk to me. Don't that sound wild? But that's how I felt. That she like knew who I was, and she used to come up and talk to me all the time at my job. I don't know why I felt like that. And I'm like, I know her. And I knew that she had a squeaky voice. I said it was like Taraji P. Henson. Squeaky like Taraji P. Henson. I said that. And I did all that on here. Like all the stuff that I do, I first tap in. I'll tap in and say something about it on my channel. And then later we find out whether I'm right or wrong. Before I ever seen a video of her or anything like that, I just said what I got from the picture of her. And I kept feeling like I knew her. And I read the picture of all her fake friends too. And so, yeah, but yeah. So, how are you? I wish I knew how to say your name. Let me see. Kietu Tumetse. Kietumese? Is that how you say your name? Kietumese? Is that how you say your name? I just wanted to know. I don't know. Kietumetse. That's what I was think it is, but I don't know. Or Kietumetse. I don't know. I wonder. So anyway, welcome though. So let me get back to Serenity. This is supposed to be my Serenity. So let me get back to her. So this is a 9-year-old little girl who went missing from her school, her school slash home slash church affiliated homeschool thing. And she lived here at this school, and it was like a Catholic type of environment. Like that's why I keep saying church affiliated, because I keep getting the feeling that it's like a church slash school slash home. And it's because the classes are like put together like how Catholic school is. So all of the people around her that was supposed to care about her failed her. So she went missing on February the 3rd, 2019. She went missing from South Dakota, Black Hills area, so they say. But when I did my investigation with my divine rights, um, I didn't get that. I didn't get that she went missing from the school or the home or whatever you want to call it, the school slash home that's affiliated and funded to the church or by the church or something. So, so also, I think I said this already. Yeah, they said the employees of the complex near Rockerville waited 80 minutes to call 911 after she supposedly ran away in the middle of winter without a coat. So I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that this baby went and ran away without a coat. So, so I just wanted to tell the people who don't know about her first. So I'm gonna now tell you the things that I came up with. Um, hopefully, I'm just gonna double check when I'm reading this to see if the ancestors agree. So if you hear a little clinking or whatever, that's the ancestors telling me if this is right or wrong, or to take that back. But everything I say is allegedly, but um, this is divine information. Period. I'm just saying that to cover my butt in this video. So anyway, the right information that I got was, I'm sorry to start off with such knee jerking stuff, but uh she was regularly SA'd. I don't know if you know what that means, but I'm gonna spell it out. SEXUALLY, abused. Okay? By a CEO male of a home goods type of business For example, like a Home Depot or something. He's like some type of mogul that has chains of home goods stores, like Home Depot is. She was murdered by this man as well. Now, this home slash school that she went to, this man, because he's a rich mogul who gives to the church slash school slash home and all of this stuff that's affiliated together, he literally has his pick of children. Yeah, I'm gonna get into that. Yeah, we about to talk about that. So yeah. So this wealthy parishioner and a parishioner is just a person who goes to this church that is affiliated with this place. So this wealthy parishioner has first pick or carte blanche with the kids. He regularly picks a child, boy or girl, to stay at his house for like a month at a time. Sick SHIT. They literally have this arranged like this, like he's some type of king. He a king of the pervs. That's what he is. Or the PEDOs. What the? So anyway, the church slash school slash home tells the kids that this man's name, and I'm just giving like an example. I'm not saying that's what they say his name is, but I'm trying to give you like clarity on how this works. The school slash home slash church affiliated place tells the kids that his name is, let's just say, Mr. Dan, but his name really is something totally different because it also depends on him being almost anonymous or unobtainable or unattainable, because in case he gets caught or something is exposed, he counts on the fact they really don't know who he is to be able to pinpoint who he is. So yeah. Okay, no problem. So you said apologies. My phone freeze. You did your best to pronounce it. I don't know. I don't know how I did. I did bad. Yes, but yeah, I wanted to know if I had gotten it close. But yeah, so where was I at? That yeah, he okay, yeah, but his name is totally something different. Now that is why Serenity lost her life. Serenity life was taken because she saw his real name, because staff put, all right, so he's like rich like that where he got staff. So staff, what was I saying? Yeah, Serenity lost her life because she saw his real name, because staff put mail on the kitchen table that compromised the man, which made the man feel like he couldn't risk being exposed. So he took her out and the worker who left the mail out. Like he that rich, he got people to call to handle this and dispose of people, and nobody will never be the wiser. And that's all they know is that these people, let's just say, came to work or was in this place or that place the other day. Like this is what I'm getting when it comes to this baby. And the ancestors agree. You hear that noise? That's my ancestors agreeing with this and saying it's the truth. So we can never recover or find Serenity or the worker. They are asunder. And asunder means into pieces. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm not even going to go any further, but that's what it means. Okay? And I just wanted to say something about this church slash home slash school. They are as evil as they come, because you're just allowing a PEDO to have his pick of the litter. Like Like we talking about pets or something. No, these is children. And you're supposed to be protecting them children. And while they're not being monitored by any adults who happen to love them, they are letting this PEDO do as he pleases and keep these kids with him for like a month at a time, which is really sick. And that is what really happened to her. They then came up with all this false information saying that um people saw her go down this path for the school, saying that this woman and her child, but they never listed the woman's name. It's not in the police report. They want us to believe the narratives that they're coming up with. But according to my ancestors, is nothing like that. She was never even at that school. She was over that man's house that they let this man pick what kid he want for the month. And she only 9 years old. What a hell that a baby had to go through. And not just her, it's more than her from this place. That place, the Black Hills what's it called? The Black Hills Children Home or the Children's Home Society, the place that they saying that Serenity walked away from, they need to be investigated. It is sickening and they need to be investigated because it's not adding up. So that's how I feel about the situation. Um, I pray that somebody does investigate them, but they got this guy. I can't even remember the man name. He pretending like he's so invested that he's still looking and that the case ain't over with, and he pulling out maps looking like he looking now in 2024. I'm not buying that shit. I told you we see right through people. So if you would have seen the picture of the man, you would have known he was BSing too. We just already know when a person is lying. It's already just automatic. But yeah. So um that's what that is with this chief. I can't remember if he's a chief or a captain of the police force there. But I don't think he's too interested. Then he gonna say something like oh, I can't help but feel because I feel sad because I'm a father and I just can't imagine people looking for a little girl. First of all, you a father. If you really was invested, you would have said something more personable, like you felt that in your heart. But people looking for a little girl, that's not personable. It's almost like you're disassociating yourself. So you're not invested emotionally just because you're a father. Period. Stop trying to BS us. I don't like when people be trying to play with my intelligence when I see right through everyone. Been doing it since I was born. But yeah. So um So I think they said that's all I really need to know or that I need to ask about when it comes to Serenity. But I just wanted to get out what I found out from the ancestors because it needs to be told. It needs to be known. I'm sick of these people thinking they can get away with this stuff. They need to stop with the BS. So so I think now that's it and that's all for me today. Thank you for the people that joined me. Thank you for the people who was participating in the conversation. Thank you for showing love. Thank you. I think that's my African sister or brother. I don't know if it's a man or a woman, so I'm gonna say that's my thank you. I think this person is African, my African sister or brother. Um, Thank you, Lotus, for pulling up. Thank you for the other people that showed up. If you are interested in contributing or helping the channel, contributing to the channel, the Cash App is scrolling across the bottom. It's also listed in the description box for this piece. If you're interested in contacting me for any reason, like I told y'all before, I do readings. I do divine and right readings. If that person is from Africa, the tool I use is from our ancestors in ancient Africa, or Alkebulan, whatever you want to call it. But yes, before it was called Africa, it was called Alkebulan. But I feel like it was called something else before that, but we don't know what that is. So, but yeah, the tool I use dates back as far, at least as far as 1300 BC. I think it might be further than that. Is it 1300 BC? Yeah, yeah. At least 1300 BC. That's as recent as 1300 BC. Okay, that's 1300 years before, uh, let's just say it's 2400 plus 13. So that's 3700 years ago. That's how far back the tool that I use goes. And so I would think it's pretty effective. I trust it. I believe it's divine. And I believe our ancestors used it for they used it for things like making irrigation systems and stuff like that, but they also used it for guidance from the ancestors, along with other spiritual tools. And so that's where I get my truth from God and our ancestors. They help me along in this thing. They assist me when I'm getting my gifts. They just assist me to get it more precise, and I thank them for it and I appreciate them. So yeah, what else was I saying? If you're interested in getting a reading, I do oracle card readings. I also do divine and rod readings. I help people talk to their ancestors that they lost. Um, but how the divine and rods really work is more so about you having questions and me answering your questions. Like that's how this really works. With the card read, it kind of is the same thing. The card read is kind of the same thing, but I feel like the divine rods are more accurate. But if you're interested in the oracle card reading, I do oracle card readings. And I think I covered everything. And if you're just interested in contacting me or booking a reading, I have an email that is listed in the description box of this piece. Thank you everybody who showed up. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming. I love you. Mwah. Peace.